sanctify fast, call a solemn assembly. And this is really, I believe, a recipe for revival. It's also a recipe for when we sense that God is moving and transitioning our church. He begins to call a sanctification and a fast. And one of the things that ended up happening with us, amen, coming out of last year, that God called this fast, amen, we moved to a place of sanctification, a place of visitation where God was moving and beginning to take us into places where we were having all these God encounters. And there was a gathering in an assembly and a sanctification of the congregation, as he talks about in verse 16. He says, gather the elders. He said, gather the children and those that suck. He's literally saying everybody. Everybody. I'm talking the little babies. I'm talking, when he talks about children, he's talking 12 and under. And then he talks about the whole congregation and the elders, meaning the older people, the older generation. He says, let the bridegroom go forth of his chamber, talking about the coming of Christ. Christ, amen, is the bridegroom. The church, we are the bride. He said, and the bride out of her closet. Why is the bride coming out of her closet? Because the true manifestation of the bride has really not been seen by the world. And so what God is prophetically saying is that as we move into this last day, the bride is coming out of her closet. And you may look at this and say, well, this is not relevant for us today.